It's a pleasure to be here talking to you guys. And it's my co-founder and CEO for Chanon. So today I'm going to be talking about the secure and automated position hedger for DeFi. We claim that it's a tool for future futures. So this is a bit about me. I got my bachelor in pure math, and then I did my master's and PhD in financial mathematics at King's College in London. There are 4 topics today. First, I'll talk about futures and its benefits. I believe that most of you, know futures quite well, but there will be the brief introduction to futures and its, benefits, like what futures are and how we should use them. Secondly, I'll talk about the futures hedging. If we take a short or long positions, like future positions, what should we do afterwards? Should we just wait and see, and to see, what will we get from the position, or should we do something? And the third topic would be to apply the hedging idea to decentralized finance, and it's basically what Forward is doing right now. And the third one would be the possible extension of the Forward right, like what should we do next? Well, what are futures? I believe that many people describe futures like differently, right? Some of them say that futures are good things, helping people to hedge risk, right? To minimize risk on some things. But some people say that future is just a betting tool, right? It encourages people to bet on the future prices. I would say both are correct, because both of them are equivalent. Okay, but I wouldn't have time to discuss on the equivalency of both of them. But I would just go with the second definition. Okay, so futures is a vehicle that allows the buyer to bet on the future price of an underlying asset. Let's say, for example, if you believe that the Bitcoin price is going up, you can take a future position, right? You can go long, meaning that you are believing that the Bitcoin price is going up. And if the price goes up, you get the money. If the price goes down, you lose the money. And similarly, if you believe that the Bitcoin price is going down, you can go short, right? And if it goes up, you get the money. It sounds like gambling, isn't it? Right? But actually, if you are a Bitcoin holder, let's say you have a couple of Bitcoins in the wallet, right? And there are some events that, you guys could hear me, right? There are some events that you expect high volatility in Bitcoin. Meaning that, let's say there's war, there's a meeting somewhere that could influence the Bitcoin price. So in that case, you may be worried that the Bitcoin price might go up a lot drastically or might go down a lot. What you can do is that you can go to exchanges, right? And then you short Bitcoin. Meaning that if the Bitcoin price goes down, your wealth decreases because you are holding some Bitcoins, right? But you gain the money from the short position, right? So all in all, if the Bitcoin price goes down, your wealth reduces, but you get the money from the short position. It means that you are protected, right, from the volatility of Bitcoin. So what I'm trying to say here is that futures are not the bad guy. It depends on how people use them, right? If people use them to protect the wealth, then it's a good guy, right? If people use them to bet against the price, and if they bet, too much, then it's a bad guy, right? And the next topic is future hedging. Let's say, if you don't have Binance, we don't have FTX, we don't have DYDX, we don't have any of future platforms or exchanges, and your friend want to go short on Bitcoin, right? And you want, you are a good friend, and you want to take that short position. Maybe you get some fees as well, okay? But what should you do? let's say, if I'm a good friend, I take a short position from my friend, it means that I'm going long, right? And if the Bitcoin price goes down, I will need to pay my friend lots of money, right? And that's not good, right? I shouldn't do that. But what should we do? If there's no exchanges and there are guys who want to go short and you want to be the house, you want to take that position. That is called hedging. So let's say if Bob goes short on one BTC at 30,000, let's say the Bitcoin price right now is 30,000, okay? And I am Bob's friend, and I really want to help him because he wants to be protected against the volatility. So I take that position, okay? So it means that right now I'm going on, right? I'm the counterparty of Bob. What I do is that first, right after I take the position, right after Bob submits the position to me, I will borrow one BTC from my friend, from another friend. Okay, let's assume that I have friends to borrow BTC from. Okay, and after that, I sell the BTC to the market. Then I'm holding 30,000 USDT. Okay, that happens right after I take the position from Bob. Okay, and let's say we have two scenarios. When the Bitcoin price goes down to 20,000, and Bob, he goes short, right? And the Bitcoin price goes down to 20,000. It means that he's now having 10,000 in profit, right? And Bob wants to close the position. What I would do is that I would give 10,000 to Bob. Don't forget, right now we are having 30,000, right? I give 10,000 to Bob, and then I use the leftover 20,000 to buy one BTC back. Because don't forget the price of the BTC right now is 20,000. I buy one BTC back, and then I return that one BTC back to my friend, who I borrowed BTC from. See? And in the other case, when Bitcoin price goes up to 40,000, Bob bets that it's going down, right? But it goes up to 40,000. So Bob needs to pay me 10,000, right? So I take 10,000 from Bob. So right now I have 40,000 because I have 30,000 here and 10,000 there. So I have 40,000. So I use that 40,000 to buy one BTC back. See? And then I return that one BTC back to my friend. So in any case, it doesn't matter if Bitcoin price goes up or goes down. I can return one BTC to my friend, and I can pay to Bob, right? So it's now not betting anymore, right? Because Bob is betting against me, but I am not betting against Bob, right? Because I don't have risk exposure. What I'm having is just the fees, okay? And this is what people are doing in traditional market, in investment banks when they are taking exotic options over the counter. But we just bring this to decentralized finance. So what we are doing is that, if you remember the whole process, we do need to borrow some BTC from our friend, right? And then we need to sell them and keep them, right? Keep the USDT. So Forward has two main features. The first feature is the derivative exchange, the derivative platform, where we take short and long positions. The second feature is the lending and borrowing pool. Okay? So right after Bob submit the short position, these things happen behind the scene on a smart contract. The platform would borrow BTC from our own pool. See, from the lending and borrowing pool. And then we sell that BTC to the external banks. And then we receive USDT and we keep it in the temporary vault. And when Bob wants to close the position, pretty much the reverse thing. See? So we can do this thing on smart contracts, and all are automated. And this helps the lending and borrowing pools. Because right now we know that we have lots of lending and borrowing pools, but so many people want to lend tokens if they can get high APR, right? But there are not many people who want to actually borrow. But here, every time users submit short or long positions, we would need to borrow from the lending and borrowing pool. And that increases the utilization rate in the pool. And in the near future, we can extend this idea to call option. How about if Bob want to buy a call option and you want to be the seller? What should you do behind the scene to actually hedge that call option and you don't have risk at all? Or knock-in option, or digital option, or variance swap, volatility swap, and all the derivatives. And just give you an idea, there's a guy called Rakwongwan some time ago. As you can see, they received Nobel Prize in economics because they can do hedging for the call options. And that is how they do it. I'm not going to explain these in details, but there are ways to do it.